Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. As you can tell from the title of this video, we're going to be reviewing a foundation today. It is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator, so it's not technically called a foundation. They consider this being more like a tinted, glowy moisturizer, but I purchased it as a sheer foundation, so we are going to be, of course, reviewing it as a foundation. Because it's more sheer than usual, it will adapt to your skin better, so they don't have it available in that many shades, only 12 shades to be exact. But I would say that they will probably expand on the line if they have to, because the shades are called 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on, and so that gives space to expand if they want to. But I would say they're pretty much cover most skin tones because they're so sheer. My one is number 30, even though I have a quite light skin tone, which means that people with very fair skin will be able to find a shade that suits their skin tone as well. They contain 35 milliliter of product, which is slightly more than you normally get from a foundation, and they cost £28, which is, in my opinion, quite a lot for a tinted moisturizer, but quite good for a higher end foundation. So it depends on what you consider this to be, and of course it also depends on whether it's good or not, so that's what we're here to test out today. They describe it as a medium coverage foundation, so I imagine it to be quite buildable. And of course, because it's a review video, we are going to test out whether it's buildable or not. As the name suggests, it's also quite dewy, glowy, which I don't normally need because I have a combination skin that gets quite oily in a T-zone and is dehydrated on the cheeks. However, now that the winter is coming, I want to find something that's quite wearable, comfortable, natural looking, even if you get close to someone, but is also a bit more dewy than I would wear during the summer. Because of the heating, the skin gets drier, and I just like to keep it more hydrated than I would during the summer. They claim that this will give you a quenched complexion for up to 24 hours. Obviously, I'm not going to test it out for 24 hours. I would never wear a foundation that long, but I will try to test it out for at least 8 to 10 hours. It's still quite early on the day, so I have the time to wear it at least for 8 hours and see if it gets really annoyingly shiny and starts to separate later on, because like I said, this foundation is not exactly made for people with my skin type. But I'm really hoping it will work anyway, because I am still looking for something very sheer and natural looking, something I can wear every day. If you have a very full-on foundation, you do need to do more bronzing, more eyeshadow, and I don't want to have a full-on makeup every single day. Sometimes I just want to have a little bit of foundation, do my eyebrows, put some mascara on and go. And I'm still looking for a foundation that can do that for me. Maybe even let my freckles show through. That would be really amazing. So yeah, I'm really hoping that this foundation will be the one. Without further ado, we're gonna jump right into trying this out. They suggest you using your fingers with this foundation, which really reminds me of the Chanel Vita Lumiere foundation. I imagine it's gonna be something similar to that. So we shall see how it works. It first looks lighter than my skin, but as you can see, once I start blending it out, it looks really good. Obviously, I tested this out already. I didn't want to sit down and film this video if the shade was completely off, so yeah, it looks really good so far. They also suggest if you want to use it as a highlighter or a dewy contour, to get shades that are 2-3 shades lighter and darker than your skin, and then use them as highlighter and contour when I'm gonna do that, I only have this one shade here today, so we're not gonna be contouring and highlighting with this. We're gonna be using my normal powder products. I'm gonna do just half of my face first so that we can see the difference it makes. And to be honest with you, I don't want to use a lot of concealer today, because if I do, that would alter the coverage of the foundation. And like I said before, I mainly want this foundation for days when I don't really have a lot of makeup going on, and when I don't have a lot of makeup on, I probably wouldn't wear concealer anyways. So nevertheless, it is a video today, so I'm gonna wear more than usual makeup. I'm gonna do some eye makeup look to go with it. Now that's one layer so far. I do really like how it looks. It looks really, really natural. And even if I come up close, you cannot really see the foundation. It looks really good. It does show some of the imperfections through, but it does balance out your skin tone really nicely, which is exactly what I'm looking for. I don't mind some imperfection. No one's skin is perfect, and I think my skin is in a good enough condition to be able to pull off not wearing a really full coverage foundation. So yeah, that looks really good so far. Like I said, we will build this up because of today's video is about testing out the foundation. But before I build it up, I'm just gonna apply it on the other side of the face as well, so that we can see how it looks. Because I'm using my finger, it's so quick to apply. That's what I used to love about the Vita Lumiere foundation as well, that it was so quick to apply, and then you can move on with the rest and get out the door. Yeah, I really, really like it so far. It also dries down very quickly. It's not sticky at all, and it feels really good on the skin. As promised, I'm gonna go back with a bit more and see how it looks when you try to build it up. I would imagine that it gets more and more obvious as you keep building it up. I think my skin still shows through even after 2 layers, but it also looks really, really good. So I'm very happy with it. I'm gonna apply the second layer on this side of the face as well. It definitely has a faint scent to it, but nothing that would be annoying at all. And I think it looks really, really good. I'm very happy with it so far. So now, as always, I'm gonna go off camera a little bit because I wanna finish the rest of my makeup, and obviously that's not gonna be part of the foundation review, so we can just skip that part. And I will be back, I would say, in about an hour. And when I'm back, we're gonna have a look to see how the powder products look on top of it, and also we're gonna have a glance at how it looks after the first hour, and then I'm gonna have 2 more updates after about 4 or 5 hours, and then the final update after about 8 to 10 hours. But now, as I said, I will go off camera, finish my makeup, and I will see you guys in a second. Okay guys, so as you can see, the rest of my makeup is now done. I did a very light application of setting powder, blush, bronzer, highlight because I didn't want to cover up the foundation. And I didn't use any concealer like I said I wouldn't, because I wanted to see the foundation on its own. And if you're going for a light foundation, you shouldn't really use a concealer because a concealer is normally very full coverage, so it kind of destroys the purpose. So far so good. I think it looks really nice. I can see a bit of shininess all over, but on a good way. Obviously we'll see after a couple of hours how it looks. Couple of things I forget to mention previously. First is that the product has 12 months shelf life, which is quite normal for any cream product. Obviously, if you're comfortable with it, if it doesn't cause issues with your skin, you can use it longer than that. Another thing I forgot to mention before is that the product has marula oil and kombucha filtrate in it, which are both very moisturizing, nourishing, so they're both very good for the skin, especially if you need that extra hydration. As I said before, my skin looks really good. I don't know how much it translates on the camera, because in the camera normally higher coverage foundations look better than these more sheer ones, but you will just have to believe me, it looks really good so far. I zoomed you guys in for a second so you can see for yourself. There is no separation, there is no settling in fine lines. It just overall looks really nice so far. So I'm very happy with it so far. I am going to go off camera now, like I said I would, for about 4 or 5 hours. And when I'm back, we're gonna do the first check-in to see how the foundation holds up and if it gets a little bit too shiny, if it starts separating or not. Hopefully it won't, because it's so far so good. I will see you guys very soon. I'm back for the first check-in. I've been looking into the mirror and I have to admit, in other lights it looks quite alright, but in this lighting I started looking quite shiny. So I've got these little oil absorbing tissues and I'm going to test out how much they absorb and how the foundation looks like after. As you can see, it's completely drenched, but the forehead now looks absolutely fine. I'm going to do another one on the nose area. Wow. However, I also feel like some of the foundation on the nose came off. Hopefully you guys can see it better now. Just on the tip of the nose, I definitely feel like by using the oil absorbing tissue I lost some coverage. Other than that though, it's looking really nice. There's no separation anywhere. The skin looks really fresh. You can hardly tell I'm wearing foundation. It looks really good. Like I said, my only issue was this shininess. Originally I thought, wow, this is looking amazing, but then I sat down to film this check-in and I was like, whoa, that looks really shiny. Now it doesn't anymore, but I can now see the redness peeking through on my nose, so that's not ideal, but other than that, I think it still looks really good. I'm gonna be back in another 4 or 5 hours and we're gonna have a final check-in and see how it looks after about 9 hours. Oh, I forgot to tell you, it's been about 4.5 hours since I first checked in with you. So yeah, I'm really happy with it so far. It looks so good. I cannot even tell I'm wearing foundation. I can definitely feel the eye makeup being on. I'm sure you guys all know the feeling that you have mascara on, but I don't feel the foundation itself at all. So that's really good. I will see you guys soon. Alright guys, I'm back for the final update. It actually hasn't been that long since the previous one, but I just really want to wash the makeup off now. It's been about 3.5, 4 hours since I last checked in, so altogether we've done about 9 hours of wear. It still looks pretty much the same as before. The only thing I can update you on is that it is getting oily again, and I've been wearing my glasses and I can see some marks where the glasses were on. I just zoomed you in so you can see it a bit better. I don't think that it disturbed the foundation that much. I can see some marks from the glasses, but it's nothing serious. Like on this side I don't have anything at all, so I don't know what happened here. I would say that it's quite safe for people wearing glasses. It doesn't really leave any marks, certainly didn't leave any mark here on the face, so yeah, it looks quite good. And once again, it's just getting a bit shiny on the forehead and on the nose. As I mentioned before, using the oil absorbing tissues removed from the nose quite a lot of foundation, but apart of that, I don't see foundation missing anywhere else around the face. So yeah, it looks quite good. I would definitely say that if you are looking for a foundation that's very comfortable to wear, looks super natural, and is beautiful to look at up close, because this foundation is honestly close to being undetectable. This could definitely be the one for you. I know that the reason this foundation is called Stay Naked Hydromaniac is because the Stay Naked foundation was mainly made for people with oily and combination skin, and this is supposed to be almost the answer for people with drier skin. So this foundation wasn't necessarily made for people with my skin, and I try to take that into consideration as much as I can. Regardless, I really like it. I don't mind it getting shiny a little bit because I can deal with that. It looks and feels really good, and for me that's the main thing. And I really like how sheer it is, but still buildable if that's what you're looking for. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this foundation, and I think if you have a combination skin, it's absolutely going to work for you. The only thing to bear in mind is that it's not gonna cover up any imperfections. So if you have a bad skin, you probably need a foundation with a higher coverage. But that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I would love to have you here. And until next time, take care of yourself. I will see you very soon.